Today we've got the latest G63 AMG from Mercedes, and we're going to have a look at the good, the bad and the ugly. Starting first with the looks. Safe to say I'm a huge fan of the G63 AMG, and you could win one with BOTB.com. If you head to BOTB, they have 2 Dream Car winners every single week, where tickets start from just £1.50 as part of their Dream Car competition, where you could be winning a choice of any car you like out of their lineup, plus £50,000. Check out BOTB.com, and you never know, you could be next week's winner. There are some bad points about this car, but the looks are not one of them. Mercedes have done an incredible job on basically modernising the G-Wagon. You've got this incredible new front end and the new rear end to bring it into 2019-2020 with a little bit of style. So just before we get into the car, check this out for a door noise, because it sounds amazing. It literally feels like you're shutting the door of a tank. It is unbelievable. So welcome to the inside of the Mercedes G-Wagon, and they haven't lost anything when it comes to how the G-Wagon feels. It still feels big, it still feels bold, and it still feels like you're literally driving a bus, but quite a short wheelbase bus. Now, the interior of the Mercedes has had a huge overhaul to the last one. It's got this new entertainment system, which I do have one massive problem with in a second. It looks like you have one big long screen in front of you. It is, however, 2 screens. You have all your driving data in front of you here, and then you have all your entertainment and your settings for kind of off-road and driving dynamics here on the left. You get the turbine vents, which is absolutely stunning in this. You got the little clock down here. I never really know why they put that in Mercs, but there you go, there's a clock. And then you've got the controls for that screen there. Now this is where it becomes slightly annoying. This should be a touchscreen, and it's not, which is really annoying. You have to use these controls down here to navigate your way through the system, which is annoying because you get a touchscreen on a base spec Mercedes A-Class. Come on, Mercedes. Update at least the interior for 2020. But other things I do like about the interior of the G-Wagon is the fact that most of the materials feel quite nice. This has got the extended leather, so actually some of it's rather nice, but some of it still feels a little bit cheap and plasticky. Huge amounts of headroom, and you get a lovely panoramic roof in here as well. So what is this £145,000 car like to drive? Well, it feels like a very expensive car, and it feels so good. It's solid, it's seriously quick, which we'll talk about in a second, having all the horsepowers in the world under its hood, and it's really comfortable all at the same time. They've done a great job on basically putting together a package that is perfect for people that have lots of money and want an everyday car. That's exactly what you have here. And something with a lot of performance under the hood as well. 585 brake horsepower coming from that V8 twin turbo. And when we dial it up to Sport Plus in a minute, you'll see it does not hang around. It's seriously quick. What's quite funny is, you know, I was mentioning about the doors and how I love the way they sound and when you shut them. It takes quite a lot more force than I thought. As we got in the car and we drove off, all a manner of lights came on the dash saying, the back doors are open, the boot's open, your door's open. I'm like, oh God, I haven't shut any of them hard enough. As you can imagine, a car like this, how does it handle? Well, not badly actually. It's all right, going around some roundabouts and stuff at slightly higher speeds. We're talking a little bit of understeer, definitely no oversteer. It feels very safe, a little bit of body roll. If you've got it in Sport Plus, it seems to firm it up slightly. But all in all, you're not really going to be throwing this car around a racetrack. So it's a really nice, I think, balance between really sporty and really comfortable. It honestly feels like the tyres do this car a bit of justice as well. There's a bit of give in those, I think they're Pirellis. But it's just a lovely car to drive. And you honestly feel like you're king of the road. You can probably tell by the massive smile on my face. Everything that comes towards me is like, oh my God, there's a G-Wagon coming the other way. Get out of the way, I'm coming through. I love all the performance you have on tap as well. I mean, we're in comfort at the moment. We're now in Sport Plus, drops the gears down, sticks the exhaust in its performance mode. It's holding the gear for me at the moment. And when we get to a little bit of straight road, like now, A car of this size should not be able to accelerate like that. I can completely understand why, if you have the money, you'd go and buy something like this. A Range Rover just doesn't quite have the same, what's the word? Military feel about it, maybe, is kind of what I'm getting at. This feels very agricultural, actually. It's not a tractor, it's far more comfortable than a tractor, but it seems to kind of have the power and the torque of a tractor, yet you can also sit back in lots of luxury and, well, make sure the kids are watching whatever they want to watch on the TVs in the back. And it's one of those cars you get a lot of enjoyment out of when you drive, because you might just be popping down the shops, but whack it in Sport Plus, you get all the noise and the drama that you would have, you know, a supercar, really. It's not a supercar. Just before you all start hating me in the comments, it wasn't designed to be like that. It isn't a supercar yet. With 585 brake horsepower and a price tag of, well, yeah, £155,000 really, if you're going to put some options on it, it's knocking on the door of a few decent supercars. That can get quite addictive. That can get quite addictive indeed. And if I'm being completely honest, like, it doesn't feel like a massively large car. I'm just kind of driving it around normally. The only problem I had earlier was with that multi-story car park. This is all easy stuff. Oh no, there's another height clearance. This time it's part of a bridge. 2 meters. How tall is this car? That's very... I don't know if we'll... We got through. My heart was going there, as I've just been telling you that this car is easy. You can throw it around, not have to worry about anything. I literally had my heart in my mouth for a second there. I wasn't quite sure we were going to make it through that height restriction. So my thoughts on the G63 AMG, well, it's an amazing car. If you can afford it, over £140,000, and by the time you add some of your favourite options, you're looking at about 155. It's rather expensive. If you've got the money, it is well worth a look, because driving around in this car is like nothing else. You literally feel like you're in a tank. People are worried when they're coming towards you. I have never been let through gaps as much as when driving one of these. There are a few things that I don't like about it. I've mentioned before, I feel like there should be a grab handle inside just to ease you in and out of the car a little bit easier. And when you do get in and out of the car, you seem to get lots of mud on the back of your trousers from the side seal that comes down. And also the fuel economy is absolutely terrible, but you won't need to worry about that if you win one of these with BOTB.com. BOTB are the dream car competition company where they have 2 winners every single week. They've been going for over 20 years. You might have seen them in the airport, where tickets start from just £1.50 and you could be winning 50 grand with your dream car. This is in the lineup. You could win a brand new G63, and also BOTB will help out with your first year's insurance and fuel costs, which you're going to need in one of these. Thank you so much as well to EV Hire, who lent us the car for the day. You could rent this car for yourself if you'd like to, you know, see how unbelievably fast it is on the road. And of course, very capable off-road if you did want to take it off-road. Thanks again to EV Hire, thanks again to BOTB.com, and we'll of course be back with another car review real soon here on the ITH channel.